Peace, 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 peace. Thank you for tuning in again. This is Aura Divine, and I go by Divine Intuition here on YouTube. I actually wanted to come on because at last minute I saw something that really stood out to me. And as some of you know, I have been on this journey with many different forms of eyes, and it started with a black hole. Um, just some uh, back story to how all of this started with this series of the black hole. I actually ended up getting a regression session this year. I would say it was the second week of this new year, and it unlocked a lot of things. However, one of the things that I actually saw as I remained, after the session was done, as I remained in that sacred time and space, right? I was tapping into my subconscious, and it allowed me to see what I saw was an eye. However, this wasn't like any eye. This felt like an eye that was observing from a higher, or actually, it was observing from a lower point. However, it reminded me of a black hole. So, as I continue to dive into black holes, eyes, and such wonders, I do have another topic, and today's topic is the eye comes in many forms, or eyes in general. And so I have a little slideshow that I would like to go ahead and show. I'm just going to put on some tunes in the background. Um, but so it's absolutely amazing when things come full circle. So like for today, I was definitely on this energy of something different. It wasn't actually eyes, however, eyes have been standing out to me, of course. But I realized that energy doesn't lie, and you always follow the energy, right? And so one of my favorite things to do is follow the energy that I'm seeing. Subconsciously, there's a lot of energy that happens, and the way that I pick out the energy is based off of if I see it more than once, then I know that it's like a subconscious, clue or breadcrumb, if you will. So let me go ahead and let me show you what started it all. And so once you come in, you'll see the thumbnail, and the thumbnail says it all. So it was two things. It was the thumbnail, but then it was what was shown on my computer when I logged in. And I was like, wow, this energy of this eye right now, but not just any eye. We're speaking about like more so a specific eye, which is a dragon eye. And so I was tapping into this energy, and lo and behold, I also saw that we have Pearl Jam, right, who is doing a tour this year, and Pearl Jam's tour is called Dark Matter. Now, for any one of my family members over here on YouTube, if you have been keeping up with my Black Hole series, I just made a video about the supervillain Spot from Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And we spoke about dark matter and how he utilized dark matter so that he can become a dark dimension, dark force being, right? So we'll definitely kind of tap into that today. I definitely will put a a reminder here, and also at the end of this video, to refer back to the spot, which was, I thought, a really good video as well, that tapped into some of this stuff. So a lot of my videos kind of streamline. And when I say streamline, I mean like it goes from technically one to the other, to the other, to the other. And it's really been happening. It's really been happening naturally, you know? So let's go ahead. I don't want this to be super long. I just wanted to come on here and just show the little the things that I see every day, right? So this was today. Let me go ahead and let me share it real quick. So this literally was the picture that came up on my computer. And you know how, like, if you have a Microsoft computer or Microsoft software, it always ends up generating like a location somewhere around the world. Well, this one is in Italy. However, that's not what stood out to me. What stood out to me was this picture alone. I said, oh, I know where that's from. I said, okay, let's go ahead and let's put the pieces together, right? So I looked at it and I was like, that reminds me of the next picture that's about to come through, which is an eye. But not just any eye. We're speaking about a specific dragon eye, more like a dragon eye that was in a tower. And so if most of you are aware, this is Sauron's eye, right? Now, a lot of people would say that this is an eye of fire. However, this is also an eye that would look very much so like a dragon eye. And then I started realizing, okay, so I'm going to put all of these little dots together, and we will kind of like jump into some research that I was getting into as far as the deeper meaning of things, right? And so I realized, okay, that's very unique because this here is Year of the Dragon, so it's popping off already, very much so. And so this reminds me of the first one. And then this symbol right here, we've all seen it, right? So this was actually the symbol of a dragon's eye. It's a Germanic symbol for a dragon's eye, but this is also the symbol for a tetrahedron, right? And what a tetrahedron is associated to is fire. So again, we have a lot of symbolism, a lot of occult symbolism here. Hope many of you can stay with me when it comes to putting the pieces together or connecting the dots, right? So this is considered a Germanic symbol for a dragon's eye. Now, I was literally looking that up because I wanted to make sure that once I did come on here, I had the right stuff pulled up. So, now the dragon's eye, right, is a Germanic symbol, like I said. It's an isosceles or equilateral triangle pointing downward with a Y in the middle, connecting the 3 points of the triangle together. So, according to Carl G. Jungmann's Dictionary of Symbols, it combines the triangle meaning threat and the Y, meaning a choice between good and evil. Now, is it just me, or did they just say threat and Y? It's almost like treaty. Very interesting, right? Now, it also says that the dragon's eye resembles the two-dimensional projection of a tetrahedron, which I was already aware of, right? However, we have seen this symbol before. It just looks slightly different. We've seen this symbol as a Citgo symbol, right? The gasoline Citgo. It just has it in reverse. It has it upside, or right side up, I should say. And we'll definitely find this a lot because the tetrahedron goes back to the element of fire. However, the element of fire goes back to light. So, we're starting to put some of these occult symbolism pieces together. As we continue, we'll go ahead and we'll actually dive deeper. And interestingly enough, I would love to see if I can pull it up, but you know, okay, let me see if I can pull it up. But before I do, I'm gonna just continue because I get on here and there's so many things I want to talk about, but that then starts to kind of like scream because I'm on StreamYard. But no, I mean like it kind of like starts to just flow. You know, that's what I mean by stream, like just flow. So this is considered a dragon's eye, which I find interesting. And then this is what came up for me. Now, this definitely looks like everything that I just showed you about Sauron's eye, a dragon eye. But again, you know, they're calling their toward the dark matter source. Dark matter is the majority of everything, right? Like it's the one thing that, like I said, if we go back to the spot video, which, you know, it's funny how all of these kind of just correlate. So it's easy for me to kind of just go back to that reference of the previous video. But, you know, I was thinking about how, you know, CERN has a Hadron Collider in which they're looking to understand or actually trying to harness dark matter. So keep that in mind, right? Because we have a circle. We're now seeing what is a circle, because this is an eye, right? And this is a circle in here. There's a circle inside. So we're seeing circles, okay? Now, this also looks like an eye. It looks like the nerves of an eye. But I also realized that this reminds me of CERN. So, like, there's a Hadron Collider, right? And in the movie Spot, you can literally see these two Hadron Colliders, and in the middle is, you know, how they're smashing atoms. However, this is what that looks like. It just gives you a different form of what it looks like, right? And so, again, I personally feel that they're throwing this right in our face because when I look at it, I see a Hadron Collider. Now, funny enough, I didn't put that in here, which I wish I kind of did so that we could see, you know. And again, family, I invite everyone to tune inward while using all of your imagination, all of your senses, and all of your knowledge when it comes to symbolism, so that we can see the greater meaning of things, right? And so, you know, I started realizing, okay, so this is definitely going to be a ritual toward one, dark matter, two, light, fire, right? And then three, I would think that it has something to do with this utilizing this dragon energy of this year. So it's like this is considered almost like what we would call like layered symbolism, you know. And so that started making me question, and I'm like, okay, well, we just saw that the triangle, the tetrahedron, is literally a dragon's eye, right? And so this is a dragon's eye. Now, this is how I start correlating the pieces together. So let's continue real quick so that I can show you what I figured out. So if this is the middle of the dragon's eye, which is all of the orange part, it would be considered a triangle because this is fire. And everything else around it is a circle, which got me thinking I saw this before in my mind, and it came back to this right here. And this is a very powerful symbol, right? Now, most of us have seen this symbol, okay? And how this is, I guess, pronounced as a thaumaturgic triangle. Now, this is the symbolism of what we just saw with Program's new host for, I guess, promotion of their Dark Matter tour. And it's literally the triangle within a circle, right? And so this is a very occult energy that they're using. And not to mention, like I said, they're bringing CERN into it, so they're cultivating this dark matter energy by also utilizing fire, light, right? Now, for many of my family who have been watching my videos, I have spoken about how the circle is also a womb, right? And so we are birthing of something or cultivating of something while giving birth to it. The triangle has many symbolism. Is very symbolic, and one of the things that it is symbolic for, or a few things, we can just talk it over real quick, but a few things that it's symbolic for is the mother, the father, the child, right? The mother would be on the left, the father would be on the right, and then the child would be on top. You have mind, body, and spirit, okay? And then you have, I mean, if I have any, religious family, they would say the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Mind you, let's keep in mind that the Holy Spirit is considered the mother, so I had already introduced that into it, while I said the mother, the father, and the child, which would be a more accurate reflection. However, I'm only introducing the religious aspect for anyone who wasn't aware that the Holy Spirit is technically what we would consider the mother. Okay, and so I wanted to look into this, and I was like, thaumaturgic, never heard of that, right? So thaumaturgic, or thaumaturge, right, is wonder worker. And this is the etymology of it. Anyone who is interested in looking this up, I'm reading from etymology.com. etymologyonline.com right now, so that I can tap into the root meaning of thaumaturge. IC is just the act of, right? So it is just the act of. So thaumaturge is a wonder worker. So it says in 1715 from medieval Latin thaumaturgus, from Greek thaumaturgos, wonder working, conjure. Now, family, I'm not sure if many of us are aware, however, if any time that you see artists and they have a theme, right? So let's go back to the wonderful, amazing Travis Scott and his death energy of Astro World, right? Like that was all death energy. So much so that he actually had people die in his concert. While he was performing, people were dying. People were getting trampled over. Now, this is why we have to be very careful where we give our energy to, because we could actually be performing these rituals for them and not even know it. And that's why they need our eyes, right? That's why we have to watch them perform and watch all the symbolism so that the magic can actually happen. So we go back to wonder working conjurer from thama, genitive, of thaumatos, wonder, astonishment, wondrous thing, literally a thing to look at. So what we are seeing is this is how spells work, family, right? And so all we're seeing right now is just a piece of the puzzle to what I started realizing is what I'm looking at is something that wants me to look at it. And I started piecing this stuff together because first and foremost, I got on my phone and I think I was on like YouTube, right? And no, I wasn't. I'm sorry. I think I was on IG. And IG was the one who promoted Girl Jam. Now, we're going to get into their name too because they're not slick either. But Girl Jam, right? I saw it. I wish I could pull it up, but this is what made me want to go live. So Girl Jam actually had this promotion of their new concert or their new tour called the Dark Matter Tour. And, you know, of course, so many things captured me in that, just to kind of like break it down in like a few seconds. I was like, wow, there's so much symbolism here. But also, something that I saw was like deep sea diving. They actually put that on IG within that, within the promotion for this tour at the bottom. And I said, wow, that's interesting. It's interesting that they would associate deep sea diving and put that like right at the bottom to kind of promote this. Now, interesting because I literally tapped in and that there's another video that I have that is literally called Deep Sea Diving and Skydiving. Why do we need a instructor? So a lot of the stuff that I see is but definitely relative to previous videos that I've already put out. However, I'm just seeing this now. So I know that I'm working in alignment of, right? In an alignment of what I've been seeing is the energy. This is how I flow with the energy. So anyways, so we're going to get back to this real quick. So like I said, the root of the thaumaturge, right? We left off as wondrous thing, literally a thing to look at. From the root of theater, plus minus, orga, a working, from ergon, work, right? And so this would definitely say like a wondrous or work of a conjurer. Okay, like let's just cut the bullshit. A work of a conjurer. Okay, so what are they conjuring? What are they harnessing? Again, if we are harnessing dark matter, and we definitely know this, they're opening up a portal, family. That's what they're trying to do. That's what that looks like. And again, we can go back and refer back to my spot video, but I have quite a few other videos with this dark hole, black hole, portal series that I've been just diving into. So again, that was from etymologyonline.com. Now I do want to go ahead and let me see if there's any other associations to the course. So it says more to explore, magic. Okay. Magic, deception, conjuration. Now, family, these are all of the, look at this, necromancy is actually in one of those as well. And these are all of the associated words for thaumaturgy, illusion, sorcery, performance. Interesting. So yeah. So we have all of those in association to thaumaturgy, or thaumaturge. Either or will come up if you go ahead and look online. And so there was something that I did see, and I'm going to get to it right now. I am looking for the website. Just bear with me 1 minute. Okay, so I did find one website to kind of break down the symbols, right? Now, the reason why I actually held it here was because we've all seen the symbol. This symbol was in Paranormal Activity, right? Throughout that whole series, that symbol was for the coven, right? The witch's coven or whatever it's called. I think it was literally just called the coven. But sorry about that. I think I don't know what happened with the audio. That's interesting. Once I said the coven, yeah, it's just acting weird real quick. So like I was saying, we saw it in the coven. We saw this also slightly different, a little variation to it in Harry Potter. And I wanted to speak on that. So let me get to that website because it had something very interesting that I thought was something worth mentioning. Okay. So, okay, so it says that the 3 points of the triangle make up the symbol, or the 3 points of the triangle represent the arcane, the divine, and the magical, right? It's also an evocation, particularly effective in the evocation of magic and conjuring energies. Sorry. There's some website. I think I have some websites open. Okay, where am I? So let's just okay, so they kind of just say the same thing that I read through, but I read through it through etymology, and that's the most specific or root to that. Here, let me go back because I want to see Sama. Let's see what Sama says. It just brings me right back, actually. Yeah, it brings me back to the same thing. Well, it does bring me back to work, I guess. Work is WERG. Family, if you want to look that up. And the root meaning means to do. So apparently this word, goes back to ergon, which now I don't know if family, like, you guys are hip on any if the family is hip on any movies, but there is a movie called Eragon, right? Eragon. And Eragon ends up like basically he ends up having a dragon, right? Again, this all goes back to the energies of the dragon. So I just find it very interesting that they're kind of like putting this in our face very early on, and I caught it. But then again, I have been feeling dragon eyes. And it happened very fast. Very fast. Now, another thing that I do want to promote, and I am not a doctor, okay, but I will say that within the past couple of days, I've noticed a big difference in how fast I can pick up just subtle communication of, you know, the subconscious and subtle energies around me. And I feel like I've been connecting a lot of dots. Now, I do want to go ahead and encourage the family that B vitamins are very important. B vitamins are, I want to say, one of the most important things that we need to tap into, that we have yet to do on a massive scale, like as a collective. And that's because a lot of the things that we have issues with, a lot of it really goes back to a deficiency in B vitamins. Now, don't get it twisted. Yes, we get B vitamins from foods. However, we don't get enough of it for it to have such a very therapeutic type of effect on us, where it starts to give us clarity of mind, where it starts to, you know, heighten our abilities, our natural abilities. So, as the best form of B vitamins is through our food, I would encourage the family to start getting into B vitamins. Now, like I said, I'm not a doctor. However, I have noticed that just some of the B vitamins that I've been taking have been doing such a massive difference in my thinking and my logic, and my natural abilities have been heightening. So like I said, a lot of us, if we can eat out, which I'm not saying anything about that. You know, it is what it is. We are on the go, a lot of us. However, that type of diet is not very nutritional at all. And so I just want to go ahead and tell the family again that, you know, you can still like what you like. However, just try and introduce your B vitamins into your diet and into your regimen, right? And so I am going to leave it there. I just wanted to put on real quick, talk about something real quick, see the facts that we're seeing, things that are coming up in real time. And I just wanted to say thank you all again for tuning in. This is Aura Divine. I absolutely thank you, love you, and appreciate everyone who stopped by to watch this. I am going to go ahead and post the two videos. One being the spot, which literally talks about the character, the dark matter energy that we were talking about. And secondly, the deep sea diving, just because that one was brought into my awareness today. So I do feel like it is relevant. So I will post both of those here at the end. I do want to go ahead and close out and say thank you again for tuning in. This is Oro Divine, and I will catch you all next time, family. Take care.